Welcome to the Pilot Approach Getting Started tutorial. Click Next to continue to this tutorial, or click the X to skip. The autopilot section is used to control your aircraft. Pilot Approach is focused on learning approaches and instrument knowledge. We recommend learning psychomotor skills in a real airplane. There are 3 autopilot modes: heading, navigation, and approach. The heading mode tells the aircraft to follow the selected heading. Navigation mode tells the aircraft to track the active VOR course. Approach mode makes the aircraft track the localizer and follow the glide slope of an ILS. Set your altitude here with the plus or minus buttons. You can also type in an altitude and press enter. This is the altitude your aircraft will try and intercept. Changing this alone will not make the aircraft climb or descend. You will need to change the vertical speed for that. Select your vertical speed here. The aircraft will follow the selected vertical speed until reaching the selected altitude. Select your heading here. The aircraft will make a standard rate turn in whichever direction results in a shorter turn. Set your course here. This will be the course for the active VOR. If using both VORs, you can switch between each and set the course independently of each other. This is where you set up your VOR and ADF frequencies. This is laid out like most radios with an active and standby frequency. Use this stopwatch for timed approaches and holds. This box contains action buttons. This is how you respond to ATC clearances and request approaches. You can also use an action button to listen to the weather. The game will not begin until you click the acknowledge button after this tutorial. ATC clearances are spoken, but they will also be displayed in this box. Change the simulation speed here. During the simulation, you can mute the background noise or voice here. Use these buttons to pause or exit the simulation at any time. This is your instrument panel. This is your airspeed indicator in knots. This is your attitude indicator. It shows the orientation of your aircraft. This currently depicts a level flight attitude. This is a turn to the left. This is a turn to the right. This is a climb. This is a descent. Here is your altitude measured in feet. This is your horizontal situation indicator or HSI. An HSI displays compass and navigation information. Here is what a northbound heading looks like. I've just added a VOR indication. Notice the green needle. I went ahead and set the course to 360 and you are on course to the VOR. In this example, your HSI shows you are west of course. And in this example, your HSI shows you are east of course. I just set your course to 180. You are now getting a from indication. Notice the green triangle inside your HSI. Here is an ADF indication. Although these are hardly used anymore, it is still useful to learn. An ADF simply points straight to the station. I just set up your VOR as a compass locator. This behaves just like an ADF but with a VOR. On the bottom left is some more navigation information. This is what you look at to ensure you tune the correct VOR. It also shows DME or distance information. On the bottom right is your vertical speed in feet per minute. Here is a climb of 1000 feet per minute. When on an ILS, you will need to use your glide slope. Your glide slope is located on both sides of the attitude indicator, and it is only shown when a glide slope signal is received. Here is what it looks like when you are above the glide slope. And this is what it looks like when you are below the glide slope. Finally, there are autopilot indications on the top. These indications mean the aircraft will fly the selected heading until intercepting the selected course. This is what happens after the aircraft intercepts the course. Now take a look on the right side of the autopilot indications. This shows that the aircraft is maintaining altitude. Let's say you change the altitude and vertical speed. This means the aircraft will maintain the selected vertical speed until reaching the desired altitude. When on an ILS, you may want to use approach mode. This is what approach mode looks like once the localizer and glide slope are captured. As you may have noticed, the left side deals with only lateral guidance while the right side deals with vertical guidance. We have now covered everything you'll need to know about your instrument panel. This is where you select your active nav aids. If you want to use a VOR, one click will turn on the compass locator, the second click will make the VOR active and shown on your HSI instrument. Select an approach plate here. Here is the approach plate for the approach you can expect. You can always request a different approach during the simulation. This concludes the tutorial. Our goal is to increase safety and make training easier and fun. Thank you for using Pilot Approach and we hope our system helps you with any training or practice in your aviation career. Fly safe and have fun. Welcome to Pilot Approach. Once you are ready, click the Acknowledge button to begin. Here is your starting clearance. November 806 Yankee November cleared to Shoals International Airport via Shoals VOR, Zelda, maintain 2,500 feet, expect VOR 14. Cleared to Shoals International Airport via Shoals VOR, Zelda, maintain 2,500 feet, expect VOR 14, Cessna 6 Yankee November,